Mom, let's just go. The podcast has started. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Well then, hello, how you doing?
Hello. This is DJ and Belle with
I'm a Rant.
I'm a Rant, and we're going to put this disclosure out there as usual. This may not be for you, and if it's not, poof, bitch, be gone.
I'm going to add a second disclaimer.
What's your second disclaimer?
This second
I said
disclaimer.
disclosure.
Oh,
It's disclaimer.
Disclaimer, yeah. It's fine. This disclaimer is, well, first of all, the topic of today is friendships. More so relationships, but friendships in general. And this one has us both feeling a little uneasy, right?
Uh-huh.
Because this is real stuff here we're
On
talking
edge.
about. It's on edge. This is real stuff here we're talking about. So I just wanted to say these two things. One, if you have a different opinion from what I may have, or even my mother, because we're going to probably disagree on some things anyways, that's fine.
Great.
You having your own opinion is completely fine. You shouldn't feel attacked because your opinion is different from mine.
Right.
But if you feel personally attacked by something me or my mother are saying about our opinions, that's an issue between yourself and God.
Oh, yes.
I don't bring none of that negative energy to any one of us, whether we know you, we don't know you, because I know I post this on my social media. There's like 300 people on there, and I only really talk to like 10. You know what I'm saying? But I've met and known a lot of them.
Right.
So don't feel personally attacked.
No, and again, piggybacking off what you just said, this subject, we wanted to do it early on, but I kind of felt like
It's too serious.
I wasn't ready to. But I mean, it was gonna come, so we might as well just get it out and get it done, so that we can check it off that we've covered it. So again, like, it's nothing personal. These are just our opinions, and we've been saying that from the gate, that these are our opinions. This is how we feel about different situations. If you feel that you are being personally attacked, then you contact me personally, and then if I feel that was you, or you fit the description of anything that I've said, then that's going to leave room for us to have dialogue. But until you do that, don't take it personal.
I'm gonna be real with you. Don't contact me personally. Because 9 times out of 10, if you really feel it was you, with me, it was probably not you, but you may fit the category. You may fit the details of what I've said.
Maybe something.
You may fit it in some way. And unless you really want to have a real conversation, don't ask me to have the conversation. And unless you really are ready for whatever I might say, because you're asking me. And if you ask me, I'm going to tell you.
That's true.
If you ask me, I'm going to tell you.
Everyone knows.
So don't ask me if you don't really want to know, or you don't really care to know.
There it is.
Okay,
you are serious about this.
I'm very.
Oh,
I'm not. I don't play when it comes to my friendships. I have 4.
Woo!
I only have 4, and they're my best friends. I don't even really have friends.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and go. We have some questions from the internet. We have some questions from people in our lives that we're going to touch on. But first of all, friendships, the emotions or conduct of friends, the state of being friends. Similar words to that are close relationships, attachment, mutual attachment, alliance, understanding, and fellow feelings. Now, unless there's another way that you want to start this, we can start off with the first question. You want to start off with the first question?
It's no right or wrong way, so let's just dive into it. Let's just get into it.
So the first question that we got is, well, first of all, this is a good place to start. Can you describe, and I will do it after you. Can you describe to me one of your close friends, and do it in color? Give them an animal and 5 words.
Oh, okay. So first, let me choose which person in my head. I'm going to go with, as far as color, I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with red.
Okay.
I'm going to choose red. And if I had to choose an animal, I'm going to choose a ladybug.
Okay.
Is that considered? Yeah, that's a bug. It's a bug. It's not an animal. It's a bug. It's an insect. So it's out there. I want to choose a bug, and then choose 5 words about the person. So 5 words about the person. The reason why I'm choosing red, I'm choosing the ladybug, is because when I think of this person, I feel that this person can be fiery and at the same time super sweet. Loyal, honest, and the last one, the last word I'll give the person is forgiving.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So then I'll do my closest friend, or one of my close friends.
Okay.
I will say the color is kind of like what the color is outside right now. A sunset yellow.
Okay.
Sunset yellow, not that bright, but bright. Sunset yellow. I'm going to say the animal is. I'm going to say the animal is a dolphin. And then the words, 5 words for this person would be loyal. Naive.
Okay. Your silence is killing me.
I want to choose the right.
Yeah,
the
it's
right
true
words.
because it's
These
so
are words
it's,
that I feel like
it's
I would
unscripted. So the questions are on the fly.
It's loyal, naive, loving,
Okay.
godly,
Oh, right. Awesome.
and protecting.
Oh, yeah. Those are some nice ones. Those are some nice ones.
I've known this person for 11 years.
Okay, so those are some nice ones. Okay. All right.
Okay. So, third question: do you make friends easily?
Actually, I've never made friends easily. All of my life, I've never made friends easily. At the age that I am now, I just don't care to make friends at all. But no, I've never made friends easily, and to this day, I believe I still do not. So, what about you?
No, but I am equal opportunity.
Okay.
I'm an equal opportunist. So it's like I can make acquaintances easily.
Okay.
It takes time to make friends.
Oh, that's given.
But for me, like friends is like one of those words. It's like it's so
Easily used.
So
it's
easily
just thrown
used.
out
It's
there
just so
at the
it's
drop
just
of a
so
dime.
easy. So I feel like friends there should be a different level, another word for friends that is higher up.
Okay.
Because friends to me is closer to an acquaintance. So do I make friends easily? No. Do I make acquaintance easily? Yes. Can someone become a friend easily?
No.
No.
Not for me either.
No. So no, I don't make friends easily, but that's not to say I'm not social.
Okay.
And I can make
acquaintances. I'm not. Actually, a lot of people probably would think I'm very social, but I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a very social person. I'm a very observant person in a group of people. Even though a lot of my friends probably classify me as the outgoing one, I'm the funny one, but it's not that I'm the funny one or the outgoing one because I'm in the group setting. It's because I'm with these particular people that I'm comfortable with. So that allows me to be with them and be my authentic self, which in turns will, spill out onto the room, should I say, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. That's something to read now. Okay. I feel like I gotten a lot of my personality from you, especially when it comes to just, I guess growing up, I just like see a lot of myself in you. Like you're my child.
Well, one day I will be when I get old.
So I get the observing thing, and I guess if I'm in a room without people that I know, I can still be fairly sociable. I think I'm still fairly sociable, but I am apprehensive of people. Unless I'm very apprehensive of people unless they give me a reason. They don't even have to give me a reason not to be or to be. It's just off rip. Okay. I'm already looking at you. I'm already judging you.
Oh, see, that's the key. Like, I don't judge people. I'm not heartless. I'm not going to say I don't care, but I'm more of I'm direct. Like, I'm very, very, very direct. If you want to come up and talk to me, you come talk to me. If I don't want you to talk to me, you're going to get that from me. You're going to get my energy, you're going to get my aura, you're not going to get eye contact, you're not going to get any of that from me.
Right.
So I'm very direct in that sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I know, I get that.
yeah.
And I'm serious, I get that. I really do get that. Not so much when first meeting. Like, I guess if I'm saying I'm judging people, that's a strong word, but it's just like me checking you out, feeling you out. Even if we're not talking.
Right.
You're around me, you're in my space. So I have to like check you out just a tad bit.
Right.
You know, just to know.
Right.
But
I just want my listeners to hear I am having a cocktail because I've seen these questions that Deja had on here. So I'm gonna speak in my sober and my unsober mind, and you're gonna get my authentic truth.
blame it on that alcohol. But yeah, I can, and there's probably something else that I get from you. Just seeing you how you roll. But you know,
How do I roll?
well,
I don't roll. I'm very homebound.
well, yeah, but I've seen you out. I've seen you in social settings, so you know. But I mean, let's move on to the next question.
Well, go ahead on.
No, I don't make friends easily.
Okay.
You? No,
I do not.
you do not. The fourth question is, how many people do? I'll ask you. This one
Oh
right here.
Lord, I'm scratching my face.
So I'll ask this another way first,
Okay,
and then
what?
I'll do it the way it's written down.
Okay.
I'll say, how many people do you consider? How many people are you close with?
Okay, when you say, so we're gonna
Well,
let's just be clear. This is not family,
No.
right?
No.
So this is just
No.
non-bloodline,
Right. So
okay.
let me ask the question how it is written, and
Okay.
then we're gonna have to revamp it because of I know slightly your answer.
Okay.
The question is, how many people do you consider your best friend? Now, for me, that's going to be 4 people.
I don't. Well, let me just say. There used to be a time where I would just use that word so freely. Best friend, best friend, best friend. But to be honest with you, today I do not have a best friend. That's very hard for me to say. That's it makes me a little bit emotional to say that out of my mouth. That was just so real for me I mean, it literally, I just feel like a brick was just lifted off my shoulder to be able to say that out loud, that I do not have a best friend, because I think the way that I see the world today and how people use the word, and people they not worthy of it, of the word. So I would rather not say that I have a best friend.
Okay.
So
do you think the word scares you?
It never scared me before, but it scares me now because of how small my circle has become and all of the things that I have encountered in my circle. So because of it, I just feel like me removing that word, it gives me a little bit protection, and it gives me a little more insight on.
Gives you a little bit more freedom. You don't have to give someone that title.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. Well, I can say, yeah. Well, I can understand that. Giving someone that title is like it's a hefty label. It's a hefty label, and it means a lot. It means a lot to me.
And I don't think people realize what that means. When someone identifies you as their best friend, that's a pedestal that you have to live up to. You have to own that. Like it's always, it's constant, it's consistent. And today's world, you don't get that out of people. So when I don't even want nobody to tell me that I'm their best friend. You may feel strongly about our friendship, and I get that, and I love that. That's great. But you don't have to identify me as your best friend. Although I am very consistent, I'm very authentic in myself with the people that I choose to be around. But I don't want, if you choose to do that, I hope you're doing it for the right reason, not just to say, oh, that's my best friend because I've been friends with this person for 40 and 50 years. You know what I mean? It's not about the number. It's not about a number. It's about the action. that word has so much action and power behind it.
Real.
So
yeah, because yeah,
and it's
yeah.
used to me too lightly. Like the reason why I don't want to be qualified as someone's best friend, because people out here with multiple, and that's not to say that you can't have them, but because I'm so passionate about it, and I'm so passionate about the title of being a best friend or having a best friend, that when I see other people give it out so easily and so freely to sometimes people they hardly know, or some people who are non-deserving of it, then I don't want it. Because then I feel like I work too hard at getting it, and then someone else comes along and they easily they identify it.
Okay, so it's just like a loose term, like friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have best friends?
Yeah, I have 4, and I do not give that out. I've only ever given it to 5 people.
Okay.
And you heard me say I only have 4 best friends.
Right.
So I've had to take that away, and that's like. That was pretty rough. That was pretty rough. You know the young lady that, But that was pretty rough. But I don't give that to people because I feel like I don't even really have friends. I would say I don't have friends. I have acquaintances, and I have my best friends. My best friends are like my family to me. Sometimes I just call them family. You know, so yeah. For me, the label is pretty. It's pretty big. And I think like our energy is kind of down right now because this conversation is so serious. But that's because, and it's not about us not wanting to ruffle anybody's feathers. It's because we want to make sure that whatever we're saying is how we really feel.
It's my authentic truth, and you take with it what you want. I'm not. It's for me. It's not about me ruffling nobody's feathers, because people know me. And I've had people in my circle for years and years and years on end. And some of these people will be around probably until the day that I demise. But at the same token, they know who I am. They know how I go to bat for people that I consider to be my friends and my family. So basically in this lifetime, what I have friends and I have family. So just because you may not be labeled as my best friend, maybe I've taken that title off and I've moved you to the family circle, which some of my friends are in my family circle. So just because I'm not walking around the street saying, oh, this is my best friend, and this is my best friend, it's not about that. I would rather have you in my family. And for me when I say I put you in my family, I put you in my immediate family, and my immediate family consists of my mom and my 7 siblings. That's my immediate, without my husband and my kids or whatever like that. So when I say I've moved people from a certain best friend category into the family category, when you're there, when I put you in the family circle, when I put you amongst my siblings, you don't get a better position than that. But I tell you what, if I ever have to remove you from there, you're removed altogether. Oh yeah. You no longer exist in my life.
Oh yeah. Oh Mom, see that I have to get that from you then, because I don't play around. And I told like my best friends that I would say my best friends. I'm probably going to no longer say my friends because I don't have them. Yeah. But my best friends, who I consider to be my family, I consider them to be part of the family that I have with everyone else. Like you said, I call them both. I guess, whatever. But I tell them all the time, like, I am like that. If I'm done with you, whether you were a best friend at one point or just an acquaintance or someone that I know, when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. But I'm not like, that's crazy. I think I get that from you.
It's crazy. It's not an easy thing to do, to remove somebody from your immediate circle.
It is,
and people think it's not. It's not easy for me because I don't make friends easy. And then when I do classify that person as a friend, if I'm burnt, when you burn me, that shit literally hurts me to my core. So once I process everything that has happened and I can remove you, I'm good with it because I went through that whole process of it. You know what I'm saying? There were times where I may have not have communicated my feelings, to someone or whatever, and I may have handled the situation rashly, but at the same token, once I'm starting to process it, I have to get through my hurt first. But you got people who come in and out of your life and they be like, oh, my best friend, and you ask the person, what qualifies me as your best friend? That's really what I want to know from people. Like, people go out here today in the world like, oh, that's my best friend, oh, that's my best friend, but sometimes at the same token, these people that you calling your best friend, you're also talking about them like they your fucking neighbor. So I'm just trying to understand it.
Well, I have since I had them, I can answer that for later. But it's the same thing for me, but except for I can do it easily, and that's the reason for that. Me being able to do that.
That might be your sign.
It's definitely my sign as Libra because I don't play games when it comes to that because I communicate. I tell you who I am. I give myself to you real raw. So if I at one point if I give you that title through all the qualifications or whatever, if I give you that title, that means that I feel like you know me.
Yeah.
I know you.
Right.
I know what boundaries not to cross with you the same way you know with me. So if you
the
burn
boundary.
me,
Yeah.
like not like, oh, we're having an argument, because
Yeah.
like that's something that can happen, like, oh, we're having a disagreement.
Yeah.
If you burn me,
Yeah.
to where you hurt me, you hurt my feelings, and I don't know how I feel about you in this moment no more, you are not my friend and you are unworthy of this title. And I'm going to exit you from my life.
Yeah.
Period. Completely. And it's going to hurt for a second.
Yeah.
It will know it's going to hurt maybe for the day.
Yeah.
But after a while, it's not going to hurt no more for me because I know that you aren't worthy of me being hurt like this because you weren't that friend for me.
Yeah.
You did something completely different. You completely flipped the script, maybe because we grew up and you went this way and you didn't stay consistent, or you just didn't be real. And it's like, unfortunately, us doing this is not it can't work out no more.
So let's switch it up a little bit. So when Deja and I finally decide, hey, we're gonna just put it out, we're gonna do it, we reached out to people that we know personally, and we just asked a couple questions. So I only reached out to one person.
I reached out to two.
And I'll tell everybody who this person
Two
is,
out of the
because
four,
everybody knows if you come for this person, I will probably hunt you down and shoot you myself. So I literally just reached out to my mom. And the reason why I chose my mother was because I have not seen my mom befriend a woman in almost 20 years. In all of my lifetime, I know the 3 friends that my mom has. In my lifetime, and I'm 44, my mom has had 3 female friends. One name was Diane, one name was Bernadette, the other young lady name was Brenda. All my years, that's it. So when I called my mom to tell her about the topic that we're putting out, I asked her a question. I was like, Mom, why don't you have female friends? And she was like, well, babe, you know how I feel about that. I've always told you that, sometimes females can be a little bit messy. So she was like, I do have female friends. She was like, I got 4 daughters. She was like, that's all the friends I need. So the thing about it is, I always felt like, I think if my mom was able to call on like her girlfriends, she would be more sociable, like she'll get out more and things like that. But at the same token, when I see what I deal with, sometimes it makes sense to me why my mom does not have friends, because she was not lying about the messiness of it, about the cattiness of it, about the untruth of being a woman and being friends with another female. Again, it goes back to sometimes these people that we're calling our friends, you're in competition with them and you do not know. You're being communicated about and you do not know. They won't come to you and communicate to you things that they're feeling, but they'll tell it to someone else, but they're your friend. So, and then also, like what you said, your friend gets promoted or your friends get married, and then the friendship become non-existent because you moved up the ladder. Why does things have to change because you may have took on a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a new job? Granted, it can change somewhat because it's a new pattern, and you have to learn how to maneuver through that, and also have your circle, still have your friends. It's called balance, people. It's called balance. Next year, I'll be married for 15 years, and I have still had these same friends that I have had since before my husband and I met, before my husband and I were married. I still travel with my friends. I still talk to these people on the phone. I still go to events. These people come to my events. So why does this have to change? And the broader picture is it's changing because when they go into these relationships or they go into these new jobs, they give those people the power to control the wins, the wheres in the house. That's why the friendships become non-existent. And I'm not telling you don't put all of your energy into your friendship. Don't put all of your energy into your new job. But what I am saying is have a balance. Why do you have to erase your past just because your future is getting brighter? I don't understand that. And I never will understand it. And people still do it. So what were your friends? So what do you have to say about grandma not like having any, you've never seen grandma with a friend. So
I've never met one either.
Exactly. So, you ain't.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's understandable coming from your guys' standpoint. I'm a gay male. So I have a lot of female friends anyway. So I understand where you feel like the cattiness comes in. Anyway, see, I need to get out of saying that I don't only have 2 female friends.
Right.
One of my best friends. So but I understand. I've been in those social. I understand that. I understand. I know what that means. I know what it looks like. Okay. So that's understandable. I don't blame her. Mm-hmm. I don't blame her at all.
I don't blame her either.
I don't blame her because the thing about it is people gotta remember I don't need these best friends. Ooh. I love them. Love them. I love them. I love all 4 of them. Hold on. I love all 4 of them, but I don't need them. Yeah. If something were to ever happen where they all 4 had to go, I'm comfortable. I told them all the time, I'm comfortable with myself. I'm my best friend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm my best friend. I don't need them.
One of the things that I like to say, and I've always known this, but I always tell anybody that asks me, do you have to have friends? And I tell people, first of all, my mom has 7 kids. I was never lacking friends. Right. I have 3 other sisters. I have sisters. I have brothers who are cool as hell. Mm-hmm. So when I think about the stuff that I put myself into when I'm going at it with females and this, I'm like, why the fuck are you doing this? Like, you have sisters. You can argue with your sisters. You can argue with your brothers. Like that you don't need it. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm an only child, then I can see it. But what people need to realize is that when you have siblings, and you find in that circle, you don't have to go through mess with people on the outside. It's really a choice that we're making to be in this negative space with you trying to be friends with you or you trying to be friends with us. But at the end of the day, I have 6 other people that I know genuinely loves me to my core. Even if they're judging me, they're going to come to me. If I have a conversation, they're going to say something to me. They're going to be honest with me. We're going to argue about it. We're going to cry about it. And then we're going to love on each other like we never even had the argument. That's the quality that I possess in my siblings. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, if I choose not to ever walk outside my door again and have another friend, will I be hurt? Yes, I will be hurt, but I'm going to get over it because I'm going to have the comfort of my siblings. So I love my siblings to my core. They know that. Everybody who knows me knows that. And we'll touch on that in a little bit. Mm-hmm. So what did your friends ask? What did you ask your friends?
Well, I just asked them if they had any questions for me or for you in particular, And I asked 2 of them. Okay. And they came up with 4 questions between the both of them. 4 questions. Mm-hmm. So we can see which one. They talk a lot, huh? No, and it took them a second to figure out what they wanted to ask, because but let's see. Based on what we're talking about now, Tiara had one question.
Why'd you put her name in?
Because that's my best friend. And you're going to hear a lot about her. So I have a problem with
did she know you was going to put her name in?
Maybe she do, maybe she don't. She'll appreciate the shout out. Hello.
Oh, hey Tiara.
So one of her questions was, when do you give a title like best friend?
You don't have to.
You don't have to?
You don't have to. Who made up the rule that you have to tell somebody that they're your best friend?
Has to. I think she's saying when does that title
when they prove themselves to be that. Okay. When they prove themselves to be your best friend, which you should have a long list of requirements, and that motherfucking page should go on and on and on and on. When they can meet all those requirements, then you give them a title of being your best friend.
I don't have a long list.
I'm just saying, but Deja, what I'm saying to you is this. When you give somebody the title of a best friend, it's almost, that title is a huge deal. Yeah. The qualifications of having that title is a huge deal. When you angry at me, you have to still love me. Yeah. When you angry at me, you still have to speak highly about me. When you're angry at me, you still have to have my best interests at heart. Mm-hmm. So best friends is a lot of motherfuckers out here with them best friend titles that do all of that shit the wrong way. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So have your requirements of what that means and look like to you. And then when that person is meeting it, if you want to give them that title of being your best friend, so be it.
I think, because you had said like the long list, I don't think, for me, it's about the quality of what is on the list anyways. Exactly. So for me, it's what I'm saying. For me, it's not a long list. For me, it's not even a physical list. It has to be things that I can check off in my mind whenever I even think of calling you a best friend, I have to think about, okay, wait.
Yeah,
It's
but it's
just
not
something.
just that. It's not really that black and white of you interacting with somebody and then all of a sudden you look up and you're like, oh, that person is my best friend, because there are going to be times where
Well,
you're
no,
going to
it's a
be
feeling. It's like
it
for
is
me,
a
it's like
feeling.
a feeling of love. Like you don't just like you don't sit there. I'm not saying that I just sit there and I think about it, but when you tell someone you love them, it's just a feeling that comes on,
Yeah.
right? And you think about it before you actually say it. For
Okay,
me, it's
I
the
see
same
it.
thing.
Okay.
Best friend is a feeling of love. I'm not going to just if I feel like I want to give you the title, I'm going to think about
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
About you getting this title, I'm going to think about all the things that we've been through, and then I'm going to say, hey, you're my best friend.
What if they don't say it to you?
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, and that's another thing that
As
people
long as
need
they're
to.
okay with having the title from me.
And that's another thing, exactly what you just said, and that is another thing. So is an unspoken rule out here in these streets that because I may call you my best friend, I have to walk around saying the same thing about you.
No.
Sometimes I might not possess all the qualities that you bring for me to be my best friend.
Yeah.
So no, people, stop, get it out of your head. You got the game all twisted. Just because I'm your best friend doesn't mean you have to be my best friend.
But we have different qualifications
exactly.
for this thing.
God,
we have different qualifications.
damn,
for this
you
title.
guys kill me with that bullshit, man.
Yeah, no, we have different qualifications for that title,
and everybody grow
in
in different at different levels and at different speeds. So
So then another question that she had was, how do you make friendships last growing up?
be consistent and be honest. You be
yeah.
you be
The honest
consistent.
one.
First of all, you need to be consistent and you need to be honest. So that is how a friendship lasts. If I'm being friends with somebody and I'm doing something that's harmful to someone else, or I'm trying to hurt somebody else, I expect for my friend to say to me, damn, Bill, that was rough. You shouldn't have did that. Maybe you need to go apologize. Or if I said something out of my mouth that offended you, you should be able to come to me and say, that hurt my feelings. I did not like the way you addressed me. And because I love you, I'm going to respect that it came from you. And then we're going to go from there. But so many times it's the unspoken communication between friends that fuck your friendship up.
And that's something that I have experienced with. Because even like coming in with my sign, I feel the need to talk about everything, because if we don't talk about it, then who knows what that's going to turn into.
Let me tell you something about me, and I know that I've grown. I was never the type to communicate how I feel about certain things and about certain people. I always had a wall up. I always had like this hard shell on me. But from the gate, my friends, that people that knew me, that were in my circle, they knew that I'm the ride or die friend. Like if I say that you are my friend, that's what you are. I'm not going to set out to hurt you. I'm not going to set out to harm you. I'm not going to set out for nobody. I have zero tolerance for people fucking with people that I call my friend. And
Same
that's
for me.
hands
Same for me.
down.
And they know that.
I'm
Same
like,
for me.
when that title ride or die, that goes without saying when I say that you are my friend. Like I'm going to come up for you. I'm going to bat for you, and we're going to figure the questions out later. Should I have asked? We're going to figure all that out later. But in the moment, I'm going to do whatever I need to do to protect my friends by any means necessary. I don't care if I'm going up against your mother, your sister, your brother. I don't care. When you are my friend, I have your best interests at heart. And if one of them motherfuckers come for you, I'm coming for them. Simple as that. That's because now I know that I've moved people that I love into family mode, because I don't do that for just anybody. Everybody don't get that, because some motherfuckers don't deserve it. Some people out here just causing problems and wreaking havoc in friendships, and they thinking they doing it big, and they the main problem.
The ones that live off the drama.
They the main. Oh Lord Jesus!
It's
the people who don't know how to be a friend. Because it's people out here that don't know how to be a friend. Everything has to be, it's just always chaotic. And then you be like, why is it always chaotic when this person around? It's because this person, the number one denominator, is right there in the room every time something is going wrong. And they never look at themselves as being the problem. It's everybody else around them. No, how about if it's always a problem when you around, but we not having problems when you not around? Look at your goddamn self. And say, what can you do to change yourself to be a better friend or a sibling or whatever the case may be? So, yeah, it's crazy. It's this friendship shit is out of control.
But I've had to learn through trials and tribulations that communication is key. I tell my best friends all the time. I'm not gonna be rude, but if I feel something or whatever's going on, if I feel something, I'm gonna say it because I don't want to ever hold that in, explode.
Yeah, and it's a bad thing when you hold it in.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna tell you now because it'll come off easy. And if I hold it in 3 or 4 months later, I might go off about something that really wasn't that big beginning. So I'm always big about the communication. And if that doesn't happen, then that's a problem with me because I tell all my friends like it's an open door. It's an open door. Like we can talk about anything. So when that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So like for me, acquaintances and things like that, I don't give you the communication because I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. We're not on that level.
Yeah.
So then that was her question about making friends. That's growing up. Do you trust all of your friends? This question.
No.
No.
You mean people that now because I have friends and now I have family, but family again, just to clarify, if you just coming in, family is not my immediate family. I move certain people into family mode, so there's a difference. So I'm gonna classify. I have two categories. I have friend and I have family friend. So I trust family friend.
Okay.
I do not trust all my friends.
Okay.
And because they've done things and I've seen them do things that made me not trust them. So no, I do not trust all my friends.
Okay. And is that okay?
No, it's not okay. But guess what? The one thing I will say that there's a line that certain people know about me that they will not cross. And I just pray and I'm thankful to God that I have not ever had to do anything to anyone that I've ever considered a friend. And I'm grateful for that because I will. I just never had to, and I'm grateful. So whatever you're doing, it hasn't really affected me to the point where it needs to be violent or all of these other different things, and that's great. So, but if I felt that it had to go there, then you wouldn't even be on the friend list. Like you. I don't know what list you'll be on, but no, and you should be able to trust all your friends, but everyone in the world is not honest. If everybody in the world was honest, then there wouldn't be a word called a liar.
Right.
It wouldn't be deceit or deception. You know what I mean? So no. So unfortunately, no, I do not trust all. I don't trust the few, some of the few people that I do call my friends only because they have shown deception and untruth and non-communication and just a list of some other different things. Will I still frequent them? Yeah, I could be around you, but I know how to move. I know how to navigate. So yeah. It's okay. But if I put you to family friend, I better be able to trust you. Because then if I don't, I won't even throw you back to the friend zone. I'll throw your ass to the wolves. Because I brought you around my actual blood family. So, yeah. What about you?
Same for me. I trust my best friends. Anybody else that falls under that category, some aspects of you I might think highly of or may trust in you, but no, I don't trust you. I don't trust. And that's not even to be negative. It's not even about me not knowing you as much or anything like that. It's just I don't know.
Okay.
There's a reason you're not in the best friend list. There's a reason you're not that close to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's just what that is. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What's the most important quality of a friend, you think?
Loyalty.
I'm going to say communication.
No, you saying communication?
I'm going to say communication.
No, I'm not going to, because with loyalty will come communication. Because if there's something going wrong, if the person is loyal to you, they're going to automatically come and communicate to you. So loyalty to me, loyalty is the most important quality that I need somebody that's in my family friend circle to possess. Because I know that even when you're mad at me, you're going to be loyal to me. Because you never know how good a friend you are to someone until they're mad at you. And now I'm going to tell you that right now. Have you ever, do you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't understand what that means. You think, oh, my friend. Let that friend get mad at you and then see if that's still the friend you think they are. Because that's the time where trial and error will smack you in the face with a brick. And that's no lie. So I need loyalty from you. That's it. And one of the things about it is I'm not like no big bad wolf or no shit like that, but I'm very voicious. I'm very opinionated. So if I feel some type of way, I say something. The one quality that I possess, if I'm sitting here right here today and I'm talking to you about somebody, they already know, or I'm about to tell them. So you ain't got to worry about ever saying they'll say this about you. You're going to be like, she told me. You know what I'm saying? Or if somebody call me and be like, did you say this? Yeah, I just hadn't told you yet. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me being loyal to you. I'm not going to sit here and say that me and you, we are friends and I can't communicate the truth to you because it's going to hurt your feelings. Yeah, it might. But it's gonna make you a better person in the long haul.
It's funny because I think you, like you said, with loyalty then comes communication. I feel like for me, it's communication, and then comes everything else. If we can be able to,
a person can talk all day,
but if I have to be able to know that it's authentic, for me, I'm not going to find that out through being
what you saying out your mouth.
For me, it's like communication on all aspects of that, on the whole spectrum. But that means whatever you're saying to me, whatever you're saying to someone else. And then, like, you have to be able to communicate with me. You have to be able to say whatever it is that's on your mind, whatever it is that you're thinking, however it is that you're feeling at any given time, and not worry about necessarily feelings, but being able to have the conversation, whatever the conversation is. That, to me, says a lot about you, that we can talk about it. That means that we can talk about anything. Any problem.
And just for the record, people, that's what also makes a great marriage. That's what also makes a great relationship. Just a male, female, whatever you're into, male on male, whatever you're into, those things make great relationship. Communication, loyalty, and number one, consistency. If you do not have consistency, might be the three pillars. Those are the three pillars. Yeah. Loyalty, communication, and consistency. If you go through your relationship with those in the forefront and you're looking out for the person that you with, and you have those three things in mind before you move forward on anything with anybody, your relationship will rise to golden opportunities. It'll be endless. The possibilities are endless with those three pillars. So just know that.
Yeah, I definitely believe that I look for communication first above anything else. But backtracking to, I guess, what I've said before about having to X friends out, or like, what does that even mean? Whether they're your best friend or for you, family, or like just regular friends or acquaintances. Another question that I did find off the internet is, do you believe that there is an end to any true friendship? Do you understand that?
Do I believe if there is an end when you say that?
Basically, the question of the internet basically meant like me saying before that I had someone that I considered a best friend of mine for a couple years, and she's not anymore. Sometimes, is there a real end to that friendship? Could that never be revived?
It depends on what it is. Because there are different, and everybody have their own standards.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, everybody have their own standards of what they will and will not tolerate out of another human being. And sometimes people can be non-forgiving on certain things.
That's something new for me. I'm glad you said that, because I never thought about it that way. It depends on what it is.
Yeah, because you can have that moment in between where you don't communicate with the person. You guys are not. You haven't talked, you haven't seen each other and things like that. But then if it's really meant to be and you guys were really as close as you were before, then just a slight anything, you can pick it all back up. And it is like you never even lost track. But it all depends on what the person done, if you're willing to open your heart back up to give them another chance.
So you basically mean how serious it was.
Yeah, it all depends on if it was something that's what I'm saying. It all depends on if it's something that would be on your list as a non-forgiveness. You know what I mean? That's just like if somebody's spouse cheats on them. Some people can take their spouse back. Some people won't. It's all in you. What are you willing to forgive and not forgive? Okay. So if that person done something to you that you be like, you know what, this is just something I will never forgive you for, then no, there is an end. There can be an end. Well, then, but it doesn't have to stay that way. It all depends on.
Well, then I take it back. So then my thing really is an end. And then you can't.
Well, then there are times where there can be some people where there's just an end to a friendship.
So for you, that's not the case. It just depends on what it is.
It depends on what it is. Okay. Yeah.
For mine, I would say it doesn't depend on what it is, because if it happened for a reason. It happened for it. This I'm not talking about some spat.
Yeah,
to
I
where
know.
we don't
Yeah,
talk for like a week or whatever.
right.
I'm talking about something to where I had to literally say, "Nah, we're not going to continue this." That to me can't be revived because I did it for a reason.
Yeah.
It was a deal breaker, and
Okay.
I
Well,
felt
then,
the need to be that extreme about
well,
it.
then that's what I'm saying. So it's based on the situation. It's based on your tolerance
But
of
for
what you
you, if
will.
something like that, a deal breaker
I
happens, you can.
have deal breakers.
But
I have deal
so
breakers.
something like a deal breaker that can be revived later for you.
No, not a deal breaker.
Then that's okay. So then no. So then you agree with this.
Not a deal breaker. No, a deal breaker. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So yeah, okay.
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 I agree. I agree.
Okay, so that's what. See, I thought about where you were going. I said, okay, maybe no, it's not like that. But then it's like, no,
Yeah, because
it is like
that's
that.
just like
'Cause that's
if somebody is
serious.
my friend who know me,
Right? They know
love
you.
me, they supposed to be loyal to me, and they hit on my husband. That's a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just an example of to the people of what that is. So yeah, so it's all, if it's your deal breaker, then it's your deal breaker. So that does bring an end to the friendship. That is that's a deal breaker. So yeah.
So then we agree. So then yes, there
Yes,
is
there is
there can be
an
an
end
And for
to a
me,
friendship.
if I end it, I tell listen, if I end it for something like that, and only having to do that one time to someone who was a serious best friend, it's like I don't even know who you are.
I don't even
And I don't
know your name.
I don't know.
James.
I don't know who you are, and I don't want to re-know who you are. Years later,
we know who you. Ooh, Jay, sure, that was deep.
And I'm very serious about it. I don't care to take the time to do it. Ooh. You are non-existent in my world.
I think I remember, like, I know that there's like people out here who sometimes they want to be friends with their old friends, or like something may have happened. They literally intentionally will not reach out to the person because I'm gonna show them. I'm just not gonna talk to them. I'm just not gonna do. And believe me, you hurting yourself more than you hurting the person. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, if you just communicate and get the shit out in the open, put all that shit on the table and be done with it. Mm-hmm. If you're supposed to be friends, you'll be friends. Mm-hmm. So,
but for me, it doesn't take a lot of energy, though.
It doesn't.
Me doing that, it doesn't take no energy.
Yeah,
because it's just like there's no energy to give to nothing because it was non-existent.
Yeah.
And that may seem harsh, and I've had people try to tell me, "Oh, like that's kind of harsh." It's like, no, it's not. You're just not there yet. Wow. It's actually pretty. What's the word? It's pretty. What's the word? Oh, it's right there on the tip of my tongue. What is it? It's pretty efficient.
Oh.
It's very efficient to do that. Mm-hmm. Is it possible to have a best friend of the opposite sex?
It all depends on how that friendship was built. I do believe that you can, based on how the friendship was built. Yes. Yep. Based on how the friendship is built and how you maintain the friendship throughout time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It can't be like, oh, we got drunk one night, we kissed. No, fuck that. No. Ain't nobody doing all that. If we friends, we friends. Like, let's leave it like this. Like, always have that line drawn where both of you guys are on the same page. There's no feelings involved. There's nothing. And they really want the best for you once you meet that person you're supposed to be with, and vice versa. So don't be harboring no feelings. Because if you harboring feelings because y'all are so close and you come in contact with the person, like all of a sudden, oh, I didn't know they was like this, now I got feelings, then you fuck it up. Mm-hmm. So even if you start to have feelings, you need to remove yourself and go get in a relationship or do whatever you need, or then you need to tell that person. And that's a whole nother avenue you taking. Mm-hmm. Because then it messes it up. It messes up the dynamics of the friendship. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I do believe that a male and a female can become best friends as long as you maintain those boundary lines and those feelings, and you keep it or 100% friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that one. Mm-hmm. I just thought it'd be interesting. I didn't know what your take was on it, but I agree with that one. Okay, so then here's a fifth question. Is it common to have friendships across generations? And what are those advantages and disadvantages? Well, first off, is it common? That'd be like saying if you weren't my mother, like, could we be friends?
Yes.
Yes?
If I met you somewhere and I wasn't your mom, I believe if I saw you in a room, I would want to know you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Same.
like I would be like, that dude is funny. Like I would want to know who he is. So I do believe that there could be friendship across generations now. When you talking about family, shit. First of all, you gotta learn how to fucking be family before you can be friends. But I ain't even going into that part. But yeah, I do. I think it's possible for sure. I think it's. I mean, there'll be bumps in the road, but I think it's possible.
I think it's possible too, but I think a lot of apprehension comes from whoever is oldest. Usually, I feel like I see that on like because I don't have that, but I feel like I see that just online or in general when I'm looking around. I think there's more apprehension coming from someone who's older based off of how they're being looked at for having a friend who's younger or whatever, you know.
Because some people gravitate to the younger generation because they trying to find their youth, and then vice versa. Sometimes you see the younger kids want to. Some of them are a little bit more mature, so they don't mind hanging out with a more mature crowd.
Yeah.
So you just got to know who you allowing into your circles to see if you can cross that gap of that young old generation. You know what I mean? But I'm not opposed to, like, I don't want to hang out with you and your friends, but I know that I can hold my own in with you and your friends, and I'm pretty sure that you and your friends, you've been home with me with your friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I keep up on the latest and the greatest music and stuff that you guys are into, and and you pretty much, I teach you to understand different music and stuff that I enjoy and things that I am into. So yeah, I do believe with education, it could be successful.
Yeah, I think it's the maturity level.
Yeah,
like you said. It's
yes,
the
for
maturity
sure.
level,
Yeah.
So that's probably the advantages. What do you think are the disadvantages to that?
Trying to find your goddamn youth
Yeah.
when you ain't lived, and then all of a sudden you wake up one morning and you want to be young and your ass 60 and you want to go to the go-go and all of that other stuff when it's not the night with your crew, and you thinking that these young is gonna say excuse me or buy your old ass a drink, and no, those are the disadvantages of it. Yeah, so
I'd probably say the disadvantages if you're younger looking for that older crowd is probably losing your youth. Yeah, maybe losing your youth growing up
or
too
not
fast,
being able to navigate through your youth because you're afraid. So then you be like, oh, I'm just gonna go with these old heads because they ain't gonna ask me no questions.
Or maybe you'll only be able to navigate that part. You probably will be completely uncomfortable being in your own.
Yeah, your own. Yeah. Well, it ain't easy.
Yeah.
Y'all don't make it easy. Today's world is not welcoming of new people and meeting people, and like I remember like times where I used to go out with my friends. We can sit down at a bar. You could talk to the person next to you. You get up, you gone, boom, that's it. Y'all, this generation is not like that today. These people are not as friendly. They don't approach you and say hi, and you know what I mean. Like it's click. Everything. I
understand it. Yeah, because it's really great when you could be at a party and be able to talk to someone completely random in the room. But then there are those people that you see who are just so
they're just I'm gonna say who is a social.
I'm gonna say
social to their core.
They're so uninviting of their group, of their situation.
You just know who you around, because like I said, I have a friend who is social to their core. I don't care what space you put this person in. They are walking out of there with a friend. You hear me? It's not a joke. And that's cool. That's cool. You just got to know who you around. That's it. But then sometimes you got to also be careful of the friends who are very, very social, because they can invite the wrong type of people into the circle.
Oh yeah.
Because you're not really looking at the bigger picture. You know what I mean? So it's just education, just knowing.
Yeah.
It's just education. It's just knowing.
Yeah.
So
I understand that. I get that too.
You get that too.
I get it. But I mean, I'm happy enough to have friends who know, sometimes. Sometimes who know, don't bring them around the circle. Or, they do bring them around the circle.
What's
going on?
It's so funny that I'm not even kidding. Like all of my friends, I know at least 3 of my friends. There were times where they've told me this, that people would, and it gotta be true, because at the time where they telling me this, they didn't even know each other. Where they was like, people would come up to them and ask them, how can you be friends with her? Because people thought I was like just so mean. And then they always have to put the disclaimer out there, oh, you just have to get to know her. And I was like, damn, people was making it seem like I was walking around the street like I'm just like the devil.
People used to think that I had like a resting B face. Like that, no, seriously, that they felt like I was unapproachable, but would get around me in social things and were like, oh, you're like, you know, it would be different, but they
and
would
it's
never
because
say that to
I'm
me.
not gonna I'm gonna watch how you move and groove when you approach.
Yeah,
that's all it is. I'm
guess,
not being unsociable, but what I am being is cautious because I don't know.
Yeah, and that's
you.
when I think I come back from the whole thing about I guess judging people or like feeling people out. Like if you make me feel invited.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's gonna be cool,
Yeah.
like, you know. Like then you'll get that friendly social butterfly for me. But if you're like standoffish or being something like that, I'm just not. You know, I don't care. Go ahead, be standoffish. That's what you want to be. Be over there,
right?
With your clique or yourself, whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
There. I don't care about that. But I like when I am in, because I am in the generation where things are so unwelcome,
right?
That if there's like a crowd in the room and I'm maybe with my friends and like all of a sudden you just see someone who has that smile on their face and they're just so inviting. It's just like a bright light. It's like, oh my gosh, thank goodness someone else in this room
got some energy,
right, exactly. Yeah. It's so hard. It's like, yeah, it's like, yes, thank goodness. So
yeah, but it's rough. It's rough. I don't know though.
I think we Bailey's questions. I think we kind of touched on hers. One of hers was what's better, time or quality? Oh, and I think she was asking that based off personal experience.
But let me tell you, with her having that question, what's best, time or quality? You have people out here in the world that says, oh, I've been friends with this person for 30 years, so that makes me the better friend. No, that does not always make you the better friend, especially if the friendship has not been consistent, if there has been bumps in the road that made me question if you and I should even still be friends. So no, time does not make you the better friend.
It does not.
Get that shit out of your head. How about instead of focusing on how long you've been friends, just be a good friend all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, throwing out the time thing is just
it's whack.
It's like a shield.
Yeah, it is.
Like
and you try to intimidate the new person. I've been friends with her for 20 years. Bitch, and guess what? How many bumps and bruises we done went through? How many times I almost lost your ass as a friend in these last 2-3 years?
It's like when people tell you, oh, you've only known this person for 3 months. It's like,
yeah.
I know it's 3 months.
I mean, I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of having feeling, oh my God, like how can this person be close to you when you've only known them this short amount of time? I'm guilty of that. But now I totally understand. I really don't give a fuck how long. I don't know the person. So you the one that's encountering this person day in, day out, or whatever the case may be. So it's not about time.
I'm guilty of that as well and thinking that, but it doesn't intimidate where I'm standing with someone else.
Well, I think it is very intimidating when you feel like this person may be pulling your friend away from you, so to speak, because you have that. I don't know if men do it or whatever the case may be, but in women, it's a big deal.
Okay.
So, for example, if you and I have been friends for 20 years, and then all of a sudden, you know, like say like Dirk come around, and I'm like, oh my God, like we've been friends 20 years. Why are you spending so much time with it? It becomes a slight jealousy thing, and it goes back to what I said about balance. Why does it have to be you and them or me and them? Why can't we all be in the same circle? But sometimes you can't. That. But sometimes you can't bring everybody into all the circles. Everybody's not invited because everybody don't know how to hold their own. You got some that are more aggressive than others. You got some that are disrespectful. You know what I mean? So sometimes you just don't know why the person chooses not to bring the circles together. But now I totally understand that it's not about time, and I'm not judging you.
And some people are selfish. They don't want all their friends that they've made separately to mingle with each other and then become friends alone.
No, I think sometimes people don't want to bring friends, like what you said, into the circle because you not being a good friend to me. And if me and that person becomes close, maybe they're gonna tell me some shit you done said about me that you ain't had no business knowing. So you gotta just know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that that's the case, but you gotta just know, because you do have people out here that be like, "Why I ain't never met him? Why I ain't never done this? Why I ain't never done that?" The whole time that person only like you and ain't never even known you. But guess what? You're the number one. You're the denominator. So how can your friend not like me and they don't know me? It gotta come from you.
Right.
So people don't never be looking at the bigger picture.
That's true.
Know your friends. If back in the day, I would tell you, a person would be like, oh, I know Velna said some slick shit out her mouth. And I'll be like, I damn sure enough did. I sure enough did. But I'm going to stand on it, and my friends knew that about me. So you ain't got to go up to my friends and be like, oh, she always doing shit. Bitch, I'm right here. You ain't got to tell my friends this. My friends already knew this about me. I was very aggressive. I was very a little violent. You know what I'm saying? Back in my day, I kind of like, I talked less, and I was always ready to, fight or whatever the case may be. And you know what I'm saying? I like I said, it's growth is amazing. Growth is amazing. I'll just say that again.
So then, yeah, what's better? It's quality.
It's definitely quality. It's not time.
Yeah. And I think the last question that we're going to have, was a scenario that she gave that we talked about. Do you remember it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically, if I read it on paper, it says, should you step in to help a friend or let their significant other handle it? And I think the scenario that she was giving was just saying, if someone is upset, let's say Lisa is upset about something. It doesn't have to be about a relationship or whatever. If she's just upset about something, she's hysterical. Is it, as a best friend, you're not Lisa. Let's say you're Connie.
Okay.
As Connie, should you not help Lisa because Brad is there and he's going to do it? Or as a best friend, should you step in as well? Or should you step in first? Like, do you back off when your friend now has a significant other?
No, you don't have to back off because somebody has a significant other, because everybody brings different things to the table. I mean, I just use myself as an example. Like, I don't care. Like, I have friend issues, and I'll talk to one friend about something else, and then I might go to my husband who don't got nothing to win out of anything. All he has is my best interest at heart. And if I'm wrong, he's going to be like, oh, babe, that was wrong. You approached that wrong. You might have to go and apologize. But at the same token, everybody brings different things to the table. So there's not a right or wrong person. You just have to go to the person that's going to be the most honest, who's not going to always be like, you're right. I don't want no right motherfucker in my corner. I don't want my spouse to think everything I do, I'm walking around like I dropped down out the sky with my angel wings on. You know what I'm saying? I want my spouse to be able to like, nah, babe, you was wrong. I don't want no bitch ass nigga like, oh, don't mess with my wife, don't mess with my girl. And the whole time you're not even listening to what they saying your wife or your girl did. Mm-hmm. Your wife or your girl could be some shit. And you gonna ride or die with that instead of correcting her? Mm-hmm. That's what that says about you. Mm-hmm. So no, it doesn't matter who. It just matter. Everybody brings things to the table that's going to be different. You know what I mean? I just say, don't communicate to a person who got something else invested into it. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Say like, okay, let's just use you and I as an example. Okay. If you came to me and you're like, oh, Mom, I got to tell you about blah, blah, blah. You're my son. Mm-hmm. So granted, I'm going to look out for you. Well, we can't use me because, I'm just, I don't play the bullshit. So we can't really use you and me. But at the same token, it's like, I'm not going to sit up and be like, and tell you that you're right just because you my son.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it all depends on, you got to know who you dealing with. First of all, you got to know who you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. That's most important. You don't want no yes person in your corner. You do not want a yes person.
Yeah.
That's what I never want a yes person in my corner. And I don't want no man battling. I don't like when I see men getting involved with womanly things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That right there is another pet peeve that I have. Like, I don't want to see a man stepping in, chiming in for no woman. Mm-hmm. Now, if another man is involved and they, approaching your wife or approaching your girl, then so be it, you step up. But other than that, if it's women, leave that shit to the women. Mm-hmm. We get into it all the time. But when you step into it, you change the whole dynamic of the situation. Now you jumping into it. Now I feel like, okay, since you want to be a bitch, let me get my husband on you. Mm-hmm. And then it's out of control at that point. So no, like, everybody brings something to the table. It doesn't, just go to the person you trust.
Okay.
That's gonna have both of y'all best interests, not just one-sided.
Okay.
That's the most important. It can't be one-sided.
Okay. So there we go. We have We've gotten through it. We've gotten through it. We've checked everything off the list.
Oh my God.
We checked everything off the list. That was a big conversation.
That was a huge conversation.
That really was. It really was. Do you have
anything?
But
no, but just sometimes I just think when the older you get, the wiser you should get. And sometimes you do have to reevaluate your circle, and that's okay. Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go. And I don't want to be in a circle with, it's just, oh God, as a woman, you just see all of the BS that goes on from other women, and that shit just eats me up inside. You just want to go ham on the situation sometimes, you know, because you do have these women out here that
there's a certain part of that I can relate to. It's why I don't have any gay friends. I don't feel like it because I'm too like you. I'm too rough. I can get too violent. I don't want to do that.
I told my friends, I said no new friends. And they thought I was joking. I'm like, no new friends. Like, I don't want no new friends because I don't want to learn these people. I don't have time to try to show these people that I'm a nice person and you just got to get. I don't give a fuck if you don't get to know me. I don't care anymore. I'm comfortable with the circle that I have. And let's not forget, I have a larger circle of siblings that I can go around and laugh with all day long. And be my most authentic self, and no judgment is passed.
And
so
let's not also forget, I am one of my best friends.
Yeah.
I am also my best company.
Oh, you are your best company.
Oh. I talk to myself all the time.
Oh shit!
I don't care if you think it's great. If you don't talk if you can't have a conversation with yourself about your day. About the decisions that you're making, about whatever it is going
self-reflection.
on.
Self-reflection.
I'm my best friend.
This shit. I challenge anybody in here to listen to go have a conversation with themselves. Do a little bit of self-reflecting. And then tell your friends to do it. Because half of y'all motherfuckers out here, y'all think y'all got a whole lot of friends. Y'all ain't got no goddamn whole lot of friends. Y'all think y'all got friends. Right. Y'all ain't got no whole lot of goddamn friends. When you really, really look into people, and you sit back and you start watching and you start listening, you don't have a whole lot of friends, and you should be okay with that.
Yeah.
I would rather have 2 people that I can trust than to have 15 motherfuckers where I got to watch 12 of you any goddamn way. So no, I don't want that. I don't want that. Same. And then the one thing that I like is when people say, "Oh, they don't want to be my friend because they hate it, bitch." Hunty, hating on what? Hating on the fact that I just saved you from getting your teeth knocked the fuck out because you don't know who you dealing with. It's not about no hating. It's about you some shit, and you don't know how to be no friend, and I don't trust you. So it's not about no hating. Everybody always hating on me. Girl, those
who say that really want to be your friend.
They want to be your friend. They just don't know how to be your friend.
They do, and they're just upset that you don't fall for the trickery.
You know, I hate when people got to be like, when people always, and I guess this is like when people used to ask my friends, how can you be friends with her, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm not going through the street convincing people that I'm a nice person. I let my actions speak for themselves. I don't have to go on, no media, and I don't have to always have a disclaimer. Oh, I'm really a nice person. No, my friends will tell you. I ain't got to tell you nothing. If you got to promote yourself to people, then you really need to have a conversation with yourself. You do not have to promote yourself as a good person. If you're a good person, people are going to see that. You don't got to say shit. Stop seeking attention. You attention whores out here. Dang it.
What are they, mother?
Attention whores. Stop seeking attention. You don't have to have that on your back. You out here so busy worrying about what people think about you, and the whole time you got it all wrong, man. You got it all wrong. Just be your best self. Be your authentic self. And if you have something negative or something to say about somebody, go to it. Approach it with respect. That's all you can do. Approach it with respect, and all the person, either they're going to accept it or not accept it, but you did it, and you did it the right way. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Approach it with respect, and stop calling everybody your goddamn best friend, because you don't even know what that means. You don't even know what that looks like. Guess what? If your phone get cut off, is your best friend gonna cough up that honey bones? If your lights are out, is your best friend gonna pay your light bill? If your child is stuck in school, is your best friend gonna drive 2 hours to go get your kid? Is your best friend gonna go on a goddamn field trip with your child? Is your best friend gonna wait for you in the emergency room? Is your best friend gonna come help you change that goddamn tire? If you sick and can't wipe your ass, will your best friend do that for you? It's certain shit. Stop calling everybody your best friend. How about be your own goddamn best friend first? And then you're going to know what it looks like for someone else to be your best friend. Is your best friend going to allow you to sit in their home and talk shit about your husband? Is your best friend going to allow you to sit in your home and talk shit about your family? Because then if that's the case, your best friend ain't shit.
Is your best friend going to allow someone else to talk crap about you thinking that they're going to come with you with the information? No.
Exactly.
No.
Because I always find out when a person can sit in a room and talk about you to somebody else, it's because you gave them a feeling or a vibe that it was okay for you to say these negative things about that person. So stop sitting out here calling everybody your best friend.
And that's I love that when I had seen it, I saw it in the video when the person said, I don't want to hear nothing about Amy or whoever said, and you let them sit there and
because what did you say?
Right. All I want to hear is she was getting ready to talk about you, and I had to blow her spot up. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. So I think that would be a great place to end this. This is a draining conversation. Let's end it. Draining conversation. So this has been DJ
and Val,
and like we said in the disclaimer. Your opinions are your opinions. We are here to talk about our opinions. If you got your own opinions, talk about it in the comment section to get your own podcast. And if you felt personally attacked by anything, reflect.
I don't know how.
Reflect.
I don't know
Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself.
Peace and love, folks. Know who you around. That's all I'm going to say. And if you out here and you calling people your best friend, be a best friend to that person. How about that?
Be a best friend to yourself first.
To yourself first, and then you'll know what it look like.
Have a blessed day.